Well, the air ambulance were absolutely vital, because without them, I don't think I'd be here. I owe everything to them. My wife Mary had some girlfriends in to play bridge, have some lunch and play bridge, and I was due to go to my rest because I had a stroke some years ago and I need to rest in the afternoon. And I was told not to tidy up, just to leave it and go, but I, being stupid, did tidy up a bit. And then the dishwasher was open and I somehow or other caught my foot on it, tried to regain my balance, failed, and sort of nosedived into the Aga.
I was playing bridge with three of my great friends, and I'm a bit deaf, but in fact one of them heard the scream from the kitchen, and so we rushed out and saw Stephen lying there with his arm, of course, in completely the wrong place, and I immediately rang 999. And while the others were with him, they didn't dare move him.
Well, I was kneeling, trying to stop the blood on his forehead. I mean, he lost masses. I know blood, looks small, but I mean, there was tissue after tissue, and it was just pumping.
And of course, it was complicated by the fact that because of my stroke, I was on warfarin, which means you bleed much more easily. So there was quite a lot of blood about, I think. Paramedics came, and they were wonderful, but they felt they weren't able to give me all the medication I needed, and they wanted to get the air ambulance in, which they duly did, and within 10 minutes they were here. They landed on the sports field, which is just up the road.
And there were two doctors there, and they came in, they were very calm and assessed the situation.
I think his blood pressure was going down at an alarming rate, and his pulse was all over the shop. And I think because he'd had a stroke, they were really, really worried. And the question was, did they take him to Winchester or to Basingstoke? And apparently Basingstoke was chosen because they were better for, there could be serious trouble with his heart. He was pretty groggy for 10 days, I should think. After that, obviously one had to dress him, feed him, everything, because he just couldn't move his arm at all. And obviously the shock. It was amazing. He wasn't himself at all. And then gradually, he came back to his lovely self.
I can't speak more highly of the air ambulance people and the crew and the doctors, the way they handled it all, because it was a nasty situation. And I think really, I mean, I'm no medic, but I know enough to know that had they not come, I think it could have been a different situation.
They saved his life, I'm absolutely convinced, because the paramedics were brilliant. I don't want to have anything about them, but they were brilliant. But they didn't have the wherewithal to save his life. And the air ambulance bringing two doctors, to me, just made all the difference between a disaster and a happy outcome.
But the air ambulance people were staggering, absolutely marvellous. And what's been quite fun is that I run a written Christmas quiz every year. And so this year we did it for the air ambulance. So we raised $5,500 for the air ambulance. And I discovered that it only pays about one day. See, so I didn't feel that I'd done quite as much as I might have done. But I was very happy to do that. That was great.